your body, you're taking care of those very special areas. Okay, there we go. View full screen. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga with Purpose. I left my shoes on. I'll take those off in just a little bit. Went for a walk this morning, so I have my shoes on. I don't intend to do yoga with my shoes. But we are in the month of April 2nd of 2026. And the focus for this month I'm calling Yoga with Purpose. And I just want to kind of see how this all falls into place. And I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to start the month. And this morning I was watching a few YouTube videos and I came across a video. This is two doctors, and if you've seen their site, it's great. It's called Talking with Docs. And this popped up and said 5 muscle groups we should be training while we age. And I went, boom, let's go through that. So I really want to focus today on some of these, but we are already doing these. So the number one muscle group is the core, not the six pack in the front, but that deep transverse abdominis. Their number one exercise for that was the plank. We've been working on that like fiends. The second one was your spinal extensors. So they talked about how we get like this when we're aging. So the spinal extensors pull our back up into that correct posture. Well, their number one exercise for working that, the bird dog. Can you believe it? It's already stuff that we're really doing. Next muscle group is the lower legs, the calves, both the gastrocnemius and the soleus. So that helps us to walk quickly and with agility. So calves are on our list. And then number 4 and 5 kind of work together, the quads and the glutes. Now we can isolate those a little bit, which we will do, but quads and glutes, when we do our sit downs and come up, help us to get in and out of the chair with ease so we can stay really strong and independent. So Yoga with Purpose today is concentrating on training these muscle groups with our poses. So let's start with our lymphatic warm-up. So I want you to start with some hops while I take my shoes off. So start with your lymphatic bounces and just check in with the body. How are you feeling today? And start to connect with your breathing, the brain, body, and the breath working together simultaneously. And then just doing everything to your ability today. That feels more like it. Okay, so I want to combine some movements here in our lymphatic warm-up to start to work our hands. So let's come into our split stance position, the right foot in front, the left foot back. We're going to bring the arms up here, make a fist. And then as we open our arms out into chest expansion, open your fingers wide. So we'll come in with a fist and we open out. And sometimes you can make that fist with your thumbs actually inside your hands as well as outside the hand. So you can just practice a couple of those and see how they feel for you. And then I want you to lift up off that back heel, raising up on the ball of the foot, and then settle it back into the floor. We're starting into some brain body movements right off the bat today. So we've got hands. We have the shoulders and the pecs, upper back, and then we have the calf muscle, mobility in the ankle. Good, let's do 2 more on this one. And 1 more, and hold it. Now really purposefully hold that chest expansion. Make sure shoulder blades aren't shrugging up, but they're down and back. Spread your fingers wide. And as we're holding this stretch, I want you to make claw hands and then open. So not making a fist, but I want you to make claws. So you're bending the fingers at each one of the knuckles. Claw hands. Still stretching through the pecs. 3 more. Claw and open. Back heel pressing down so you're stretching through the calf. Little bit of a hip flexor stretch. And then relax the arms down. Take this back foot, step it forward, tap it, step it back. And then we're going to start opposition with our arms. So as that back foot comes forward, the opposite hand comes forward. Start to grow this movement to any range of motion that feels good for you. And then if you'd like to add a little more for balance, we can pick that knee up. Good. Always with our movements, we're breathing, we're checking posture, good alignment of the cervical spine, our head placement, 3 and 2. This is working balance in our single leg stance, and 1. Okay, switch your stance now with your left foot in front, right foot back. Make sure that foot is squared straight ahead. Draw your shoulders down and back. Take your hands. Let's see, we're going to bring the hands this way. And so my fingers are pointing towards each other. As you open, turn your fingers out to the back of the room. So we're coming in and out. So your wrists are flexing, as well as this rotator cuff action through the shoulder. Now, can we add that leg coming up or the heel coming up off the floor? Lift. Fingers towards each other, fingers away. Beautiful. Feel a little stretch in the bones of your toes as you come up on the ball of the foot, but always working pain-free range of motion. And let's get 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, this back foot's going to tap in and back. And almost automatically, you should start to feel like you have that functional movement of your arms in opposition. Good. So if balance isn't feeling quite as good on this side, give yourself some time to really get nice and grounded, and then try adding that knee lift. You can also have a little bit of an aid close by, the wall or a chair, to help you with this. Good. Now really concentrate on the transverse abdominis. That's the core that's very deep, that runs around your body like a corset with horizontal muscle fibers. And 3. Good. 2 and 1. Press that heel down to hold the stretch. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. And then we're going to take the hands here and we're flexing our fingers from the first knuckle and out. First knuckle and out. Now we can also do that into our chest expansion. First knuckle and out. So some of these hand exercises I have from Chris Norman's occupational therapy, and they're great. We can all do them and keep nice and agile through the fingers and strong through the hands. 4 and 3. Good. First knuckle. 2 and 1 and relax. Step your feet out nice and wide. Turn the toe out. Nice 5-pointed star. Then bend your knees, come into goddess squat. So notice what I'm doing with my wrists here. I'm flexing the fingers out. We'll spread fingers wide into 5-pointed star and then down into goddess squat. So this is almost like our ballet squat that we typically do in the lymphatic warm-up, but I'm making it more yoga-esque, doing our goddess squat to 5-pointed star. Inhale, exhale. Fingers spread wide, then we flex at the wrists like we're holding 2 heavy objects in our arms or right on the hands. Now hold it down. Bring the hands toward the midsection here, right in front of the chest. I'm going to start just a nice twist side to side. So everything from your belly button down is really solid. So I'm not letting my knees do anything funky here or my hips. Try to press those knees out so they're tracking over the center of the foot. And really feel your obliques working here. So in the video with Talking with Docs, they're talking about the core also including your obliques. So we're going to focus on that today as well, and with our spinal extensors. 2 and 1. Good. Bring your hands down to the thighs, coming into a standing cat. So look towards your belly, round your back, tuck your tailbone under, then a standing cow, tipping your tailbone back behind you, and then standing cat. Standing cow. So what we're looking at here is mobilizing the lower back, opening up the vertebrae in the lumbar spine, releasing tension there. Exhale on your cat. So breathe out, breathe in on cow. One more time. And then come back up, start to bend the knee to the right and to the left and swing your arms side to side. We'll add a little lymphatic tap underneath the armpit. Good. You pick the pace here, going at your own rhythm, your own intensity, your own purpose. Good. One more each side, then we'll change the lymphatic slap to the inside of the thigh. And you're rotating and slightly looking that direction. Good. I feel a lot of core in this. Low back as well. Spinal extensors working. 2 more each side. 1 more. And come to the center. Open, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Terrific. Step your feet in. Now make sure you have something to help you balance. I'm going to turn sideways so I can put my hand on the wall. Bring your feet to parallel. So they're about hips distance apart. Find a good long spinal alignment, and we'll lift up onto the toes and lower down. If you don't need a wall for support, you can try that on your own, but just have something close by. So if you need it, it's there. So we're working the calves, the gastrocnemius, one of these 5 major muscle groups to focus on in our yoga with purpose. Now, when our legs are nice and straight, we're working the part of the calf muscle that we can see out behind, the back of the calf. But there's also a muscle that runs underneath that. It's called the soleus. So the way we work the soleus, I want you to sit into a baby chair pose, and again, have something to hold on to if you need. And we're going to pick the heels up from here and set them down while we're in chair. You can have an aid in front of you with both hands on it. We're lifting the heels up and lowering down. We talked about the soleus as being what they call the second heart, the muscle pump, because it helps us to pump blood and lymphatic fluid up toward the heart against gravity, helping to circulate that blood and lymphatic fluid. So now I want to combine these movements. So we're going to stand up, releve up on toes, come down into your chair pose, and lift the heels once. So it's up and lift, down and lift, stand and lift, down and lift. Let's get 3 more of each. Up and up. 2 more. Good posture. 1 more of each. And then just rise. Good. Take your right foot, step it back into a baby warrior 1. And I want you to have your heel down and feel a stretch in that area where we worked in the calf muscle. Square your shoulders and your hips forward. We can bring hands at heart center. We can raise the arms up, out at any angle. I want you to pick the arms. I also love chest expansion or goalpost arms here. And we're opening up this hip flexor on the right side. Take 2 more breaths. Engage your abdominals purposefully. So brace through the midsection. Great job. Let's step in and we'll switch legs. Left foot goes back. Press your heel down so you feel that calf stretch. Really strengthen that back leg by straightening it out as much as you can. And then find your arms, maybe a different position this time on this side. And then connect with your core. Check your cervical placement to make sure you're not dropping your chin or lifting up too high with the chin as well. And then 3 more breaths here. Tighten your back leg glute. Beautiful. And then step your feet together. Just shake the legs out a little bit. Nicely done. So with our glutes, we have the main large rectus or the gluteal, the maximus. We also have the medial glute that come out on the outside of the hip. So I want you to stand on your right leg, extend your left leg out to the side, and come into starfish balance. Again, if you need a little bit of an aid, a wall for support, and then let's just hold. Hands don't have to be up. They can be at heart center, wherever you feel comfortable. And feel this muscle on the outside of the thigh working. You're also going to feel the glute of the standing leg working as well to support you here through this pose. And then release it down. Good. I really felt that in the standing side. Both legs really do get some benefit here. Standing to the left side. Now you can always keep a big toe on the floor here and just use most of your body weight into that supporting leg. And then explore where you can go with it. Send your purpose into this right medial glute, strengthening the outside of the hip. 3 breaths. And 2. And 1. Come back to center. Let's flow through a forward fold, but I don't want you to come all the way down. So let's see which is the best way for me to face. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Bring your thumbs into heart center. Soften your knees and hinge about halfway forward so you are in a tabletop position. Make sure your knees are bent slightly. You can place your fingers right down here on your shins. And then we'll do that again. Soften the knees, come up, circle sweep the arms, stretch, bring thumbs into your heart, hinge forward, and we'll pause. So one of the exercises that Talking with Docs mentioned is good for the spinal extensors is the deadlift. We do it a lot in our classes, the RDL. It's a hip hinge forward, and we can do that in yoga by holding our forward fold at about tabletop position. So we're feeling a stretch down the backs of the legs. We're really bracing the core, and we're feeling the work in the spinal extensors here as we're holding that position. Now I'm bringing hands to heart center because this is less intense on the core, but we can also take the arms up and then fold here with them nice and long, extended out in front. If you try that, you're going to be able to feel the extra work here for the spinal extensors. And let's do 2 more. If you're feeling any pain at all in your lower back, bring those palms back in. Maybe you're not going as low. 1 more time. Then circle sweep the arms all the way up. Nice big inhale. Exhale, swan dive all the way down to the floor. And then step down to your hands and knees. I'll give you time to get there. I need to grab my little blanket here underneath my knees. So what we're going to do is, if you have your hand weight close by, this is an option that we're going to use today, and this is our plank drill. So what I want you to do first from hands and knees is extend your right leg back, level off your hips, take your left hand off the floor and try to reach it under across to the other side of the floor and tap it there, and then bring it back in and switch. So now your left leg extends back, level off your hips, take your right hand and reach it across underneath your left wrist and come back in. So then we'll have the option to use your hand weight here. If I put it over on the right side of my body, what I'm going to do is extend my right leg back, take that weight, pick it up off the floor and bring it to the other side of the mat, and then bring the right knee down. Then lift the left leg up, grab the weight, bring it across, and then switching back and forth. Now this can also be done similarly standing up or using the wall. So we're going to do this for 3 minutes. This is our plank drill today. So I want you to find the modification that's going to work best for you. If none of that is working, pick something else where you can work on your planks for 3 minutes. Okay, so starting at a nice all fours position, we'll begin sending the right leg back, option to pick up the weight, bring it across, and then we'll switch. Left leg, and I'm using a 5-pound weight. It's not real heavy, but I am feeling the extra work in the core here. Also, you can use your weight and have it underneath your hand so that you're supporting your wrist here. So you can have your weights that way as well. And we're switching hands each time, so hopefully it's not going to be too intense on the wrists. It's not like we're holding that a really long time. We switch every time. Good. So the purpose in this is twofold. This is our plank drill of the day. So we're working the rectus abdominis through the core. It's also like our bird dog, so we're working those spinal extensors, the first 2 muscle groups that this video referred to as being very important to train while we're aging. So we are at 1 minute 15 seconds, just to give you an idea here, and our goal is 3 minutes on this. But if you'd prefer also to just maybe pop into your plank here for some of this drill, that would be excellent. We're at 1.5 minutes. So we have halfway behind us and halfway ahead of us. And no reason to rush this. So this is a very purposeful intent action so that we can focus on our head position, on the alignment of our spine. When we extend the leg back, tighten your glute, because that's also going to be a great glute exercise here. We have 1 minute remaining to finish this 3-minute drill. And our goal is by the end of the month of April, we are going to try to achieve our 3-minute plank or whatever our modification of that is. And we're well on the way to do that. Good. Try not to tense up in your shoulders. Really drop shoulders away from your ears. We have 30 seconds left on this drill. You can stop using the weight if you want and just touch your hand across. 15 seconds. Good. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Okay, take any kind of a counter pose here. If you're on your hands and knees, child's pose is nice. If you're standing up using your chair or a wall, take any stretch that you would like to here. And breathe. We'll be coming into a downward dog, and I'd like to give you the option to use your chair today. So if you're down on the floor and you want to do traditional down dog, you're just going to lift up into that pose. If you'd like to come to your chair and take a little bit of pressure off your hands and wrists, hands can go here, legs walk back into that down dog. Now, the purpose of your down dog, it has many benefits. Extension and lengthening of the calf muscles, the hamstrings, extension through the lat muscles, the shoulders, stabilizing through the spine. We're just going to hold this about another 15 seconds, nice and strong. And you should feel like you're dropping your heels down into the earth and gently pressing the hands into the earth as well. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Then let's walk the feet toward the hands or the hands toward the feet if that works better. Sometimes that does work better. And then slowly rise up back to your mountain pose and stand tall. Good. Let's come into a wide leg stance, into our warrior 2 position. So we'll turn at the right foot out, turn the left foot in parallel. Now in this front leg, we're working the quadricep and the glute both isometrically. The arms can come up to our traditional position for warrior 2, sending our gaze out over the fingertips. But make any adjustments with this that you would like for your upper body, maybe hands here at palms at heart center. And then we'll straighten out the right leg. So push the foot down into the ground, straighten it out, come into a reverse warrior. So we've got a little side bend through the left side of the body. Squeeze your inner thighs together and then sink back down into your warrior. Bend the knee and then straighten. We'll inhale in reverse warrior, exhale into warrior 2. So we have quads and glutes working simultaneously. There are 2 major muscle groups that we're focusing our purpose on today for strengthening. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. One more. Finishing in our warrior 2, we'll hold. Now come into a side angle here so the right hand can support on the thigh and really stretch open through the left side of your body. And then try to just use a little bit of support or maybe even lift that arm and reach it out and feel the intention in the core work here. Now check your head position. You can turn your head up, but you still want to keep that alignment between the chin and the sternum. Good. Come back to warrior 2. We're going to combine those movements. So straighten the leg. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Side angle pose with or without support. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, side angle with or without support. Exhale, warrior 2. Let's do 3 more of those. And where are you feeling the work? A lot of places for me, definitely. Feeling it in that right leg quad, or for me it's my left, but facing you it's on the right side. I'm feeling a lot of core work here. Good, 1 more time. Take options as needed. And hold that warrior 2. Relax the arms down and switch sides. If you need a second, just shake out your legs or Move the hips around a little bit, or maybe do a little forward fold. We don't have to go directly into the other side. If your body needs a little something, give it that. And then take your time to move into the other side. So our stance is as wide as you want to make it. There's no rule that says it has to be the same width as your wrists. In classical yoga, yes, but I want you to make this whatever it is for you today. So let's hold that warrior two, maybe gaze over the hands. And then we'll straighten the left leg, push back into your reverse warrior, and back into your warrior two. Bending that knee any amount. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And each time you bend that knee, make sure it's tracking right over the center of the foot, the second and the third toe. We talk a lot about the pada bandha, which is the foot lock into the earth. You're imagining your foot as being a triangle with 3 points of connection into the mat. The bottom of your heel, the center of the heel is 1. The ball mound of your big toe on that ball of the foot is the second one. And then the ball mound of your little toe to make a triangle. Okay, so now let's come into our side angle pose with support or without the support, and come up to warrior two and do a few of these. And it doesn't really matter how far you use side bend. Just want you to make it so you feel these muscles here lengthening and working at the same time. The rest of the lower body is really anchored into the earth. Good. Try one more that way. Side angle pose. And come up, and then we'll put everything together. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, side angle, with or without support. Exhale, warrior two. We did 5 repetitions of this on the other side. So that's what we're heading for, with any modifications needed. I'm getting a little message. Nancy says you guys lost me. Judith, do you want to message me to see if it's me or if it's Nancy? Let me see. There's something up here on my screen. Let's see what happens. I'm getting an interesting message.